talk. Take it all. Yeah, come on.
Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Millennial Smark, and I'm bringing you the slop, the whole slop, and nothing but the slop. Gotta tell you right now, I'm feeling a bit bittersweet, man. Feeling a bit bittersweet. Today happens to be Test's anniversary since he passed away about 16 years ago. And I thought to myself, damn, man, I want to just jump on the network, throw on some Attitude Era wrestling matches and angles, and, catch some TNA. Catch some Corporation Test. Maybe go to the Ruthless Aggression era, and then see some Test and Stacy Keibler. Maybe jump into that little in-between time period with the Un-Americans when he got his biggest push. And just see Test and, get a little bit nostalgic and live in my memories. But as I said, this is bittersweet because I also just remember this is the anniversary of when Big Business happened last year. Meaning this is the 1-year anniversary since Sasha Banks, Mercedes Mone debuted in AEW. And I'm not going to lie to you, that kind of overshadowed Test, like the rest of his career. Things tend to always overshadow Test. So I figure, why not? Let's go over what Mercedes Mone has been doing this past year and have a bit of a retrospective as to whether or not she actually has accomplished anything that was tremendous, or at the very least, given Tony Khan and AEW an ROI on what they invested into this girl. So as we know, she debuted this time last year, and it was already off to a rocky start. Wasn't that big of a pop from what I remember, considering it's her hometown. She jumped on the microphone, she rambled, her presentation was awkward as shit. I think she came back later on that night in one of the most embarrassing main events of all time, because you happen to have the mid-card women main eventing, and I guess they felt like her coming back out, that's what you need in order to go out of your way to say it's fine to have this match as the main event, but it failed miserably. And she continued to fail miserably. Super awkward for weeks and weeks on in and out. Right? Teasing the feud with Julia Hart, teasing the feud with Sky Blue. You guys remember that? And no one liked her because her personality shined through, and we know her to be a bitch. And then we said to ourselves, AEW, turn her heel, make her a heel. That's the path that Mercedes Mone should be going down right now. Make her a heel. She just comes off as such an arrogant prick. Do it. Make her a heel, make her into a somebody. And that's what they did. They actually made her into a heel, which was great, because it was her as a heel going up against Willow Nightingale, a babyface, one of their more stronger babyfaces, whether it's woman or man, it doesn't matter. One of your strongest babyfaces. The dynamics work. You got the strong, big babyface going up against the tiny, sneaky heel. And she ended up winning the TBS championship, when in reality that match probably should have been for the world championship, considering the momentum both superstars had at the time. So again, we're already off to a rocky start. Wrong championship being held. Typically, I would presume something of that caliber would be for the World's Women's Championship, especially when Toni Storm wasn't really doing anything at the time and she was relying on her character. Already off to a rocky start. But that's okay. That's okay, because eventually we make it to the Forbidden Door show. And a winner-takes-all match. You had, at the time, Stephanie Vaquer, the now double champion in NXT, holding both the North American and the World's Women's Championship. At this time, she was the New Japan Strong Women's Champion, taking on Mercedes Mone, the TBS Champion. And what was built up to be one of the biggest matches of a generation, and it bored me to fucking tears. Bored me to fucking tears. But it goes a little bit further than that, because Mercedes ended up beating Stephanie Vaquer, and from my understanding, she helped bring her into the company so she can face her. And what happened? Stephanie Vaquer ended up making AEW look retarded by taking all that momentum that they had in that company at the time given to her right to NXT, where she's now positioned to most likely be the leader of the next generation going onto the main roster. Congratulations, AEW, but that's okay because we get even better. We end up going towards All In. Britt Baker makes her return. You're probably asking yourself, who the fuck cares? What? See, that's where you're wrong, okay? I care. I want to see Britt Baker go up against Mercedes Mone, two of the most arrogant, two of the most bitchy women that you will ever see, going one-on-one in the ego versus ego contest, and the match was one of the worst matches I've seen all year when it came to the women, which is saying a lot. It was horrible. It was terrible. It was disgusting. They even tried their best to kind of give Mercedes a heater, give her something to fuck with, right? They gave her Camille, which, by the way, lasted all but 3 seconds. In reality, honest to God, this pairing was nonsensical. It was forgetful. It did nothing for Camille. If anything, it hurt her career. So, let's see. Hurt her career. Okay. Going back to the former women, where's Britt Baker? Oh, that's right, she's not on television anymore. Okay, well, let's go back a little bit further. Okay, maybe Willow Nightingale got her title shot? Oh, wait, no, that didn't happen either. Okay, well, in between all that, remember, Hikaru Shida got... Oh, that's right, no, either. Twice. On television and on All Out. Because, you know, Hikaru, the 3-time women's champion, had a job out to Mercedes in the mid-card women's match. Because logic dictates that. But that's okay, because of course we got Chris Statlander, remember? At Full Gear? Remember that? That was a match. That was a match that happened that Mercedes won, which is fine. And that's okay too, because it's cool. Chris Statlander got her revenge at World's... Oh, wait, nope. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. By the way, those women so far, let's see, Willow Nightingale, Julia Hart, Sky Blue, Camille, Hikaru Shida. Okay, we're looking good for Britt Baker. We're looking good for Chris Statlander. That's a couple of women that she's been going up against on the main roster. Where are all of them right now? Huh? Anybody? The one woman that she unironically helped the most, being Stephanie Vakir, is with the competition. She's with the competition. But that's okay, because in the meantime, she has all the time in the world to go wrestle other women in Japan. And when she doesn't feel like wrestling the women on the main roster, not saying her, that could be Tony Khan also when it comes to the booking, instead they're willing to put over women in Japan and their company, you know, without doing it to their women and their company, because Japan women matter more than main roster women. Logic! But that's okay, because we go a little bit further. She's gonna definitely make this superstar right here, folks. I can guarantee it, okay? I got all the faith in the world that Mercedes Mone can absolutely make this superstar right here. Harley Cameron. She's going to do the right thing, right? She's going to prepare herself for Toni Storm. We're going to get this match going. Double or nothing. Here we come. Obviously, that's got to be the go-to match. Maybe it might actually be All In, but we need to start preparing Mercedes Mone for Toni Storm and giving her belt to Harley Cameron, who's more over than her at the moment, at that time at least. For about a good minute, Harley Cameron was more over than Mercedes. She was relatively hot. She, at that point in time, you know, was in her hometown in Australia. Sasha could probably give the mid-card title to the mid-card woman who's catching fire. Actually establish her in Australia. But that's fine, because Mercedes actually definitely put her... Oh, no, she didn't. She didn't put her over. So let's go down the list again. Let's see. I got Julia Hart. Okay, I got Sky Blue. Okay, good. So far, so good. I got Willow Nightingale. Okay, we're looking good so far. Okay, I got Stephanie Vakir, who she did help put over. who wrestles for NXT right now, but that's fine. We got Britt Baker looking good so far. Okay. We got Hikaru Shida looking good. Okay. We got Camille. We're on a roll right now. Okay. We got Chris Statlander. Bro, look at all these women that she's putting over for her mid-card. Harley Cameron. So many women. I counted like 9 women. 8 if you consider Stephanie being in NXT at the moment. No, she didn't establish any of them. And they're still floundering in their careers, except for the one superstar who now wrestles in NXT. But she has all the time in the world to put over the Japanese women who can take the rub from wrestling her in this company, going back to their company to say that they wrestle Sasha Banks. Oh, okay. That's fine. But she has 4 belts. 3 of them you can barely recognize, but she has 4 belts, because that definitely establishes all the women that she's faced so far. But that's okay, because when Triple H did it, we called it the Reign of Terror. Holding the belt hostage and constantly in the title. But that's okay, bro. Stop it, folks. Okay, we're using way too much logic here, because the ratings and the viewership numbers, they say that it's fine to solidify Monet in that manner, and you're justified to put her in that spot to coincide with her run as See, you guys in your metrics and your stupid title defenses, and the fact that she can't cut a promo to save her fucking life, the fact that she has done nothing memorable at all, period, the fact that she wrestles and they either suck or they blend in with the rest of the matches. But she does have the longest. Okay, look. I'll go back to World's End to prove you wrong. Okay, I'm gonna prove you wrong. Yes, I am. Okay, you see this right here? You go back to World's End, and it says that she. Wait, where is it? Where is that match? I just got finished talking about this. She has had the longest women's match of all time at 24 minutes and 35 seconds. That is the longest women's match in the history of AEW. Oh, you don't give a shit? Oh, the men have typically gone longer than that all the time? Oh. So none of what she has done is historical in the grand scheme? Okay. See, there you guys go again. Being haters. You're all haters. Okay. Everything that I'm saying at the moment. Okay. You guys just like to highlight because you want to make Mercedes look bad. And you guys are just haters. You're just WWE A-drones. Okay. She's the greatest of all time. Okay. She's the best. Okay. She's a CEO. She is a legacy. She main evented WrestleMania. Okay, she main evented the first ever PLE on NXT and on the main roster for WWE. She wrestled in Iron Man matches, in Hell in a Cell matches. She's the first ever tag team champion. She wrestled in the Elimination Chamber. She's done it all. She's the first black woman to main event WrestleMania. She's the greatest of all time. It sounds like I just listed off accomplishments that Sasha Banks just did, and not Mercedes Mone. I think all those quote unquote historical things were done by Sasha Banks. I think most of the women who are now in their late teens or early 20s, you can go look at what they said. Go look at Cora Jade's quote. Go look at Roxanne Perez's quote. Hell, even the girl that she's feuding with right now, I think she said the same thing too. False allegations, Billy Starks. I think she said the same thing too. Sasha Banks and Bayley at NXT Brooklyn 2015, that's what got them into professional wrestling as far as wanting to pursue it as a career. Mercedes is not influential. Sasha Banks is influential. And credit to Mercedes Varnado, because don't know if you guys know this, she's both of those characters. But that's everything that happened in WWE when she had a machine behind her. Whereas with AEW, another machine, again, I'm still waiting for someone to point out something significant that she's done. Someone that she's created, molded, put over. Like I said, the only person she legitimately gave momentum to went to NXT. Anybody, someone, it's been a whole year now. Ratings, anyone, money, gate, anything, someone point out anything, please. I'm waiting right now. But if you make note of any of that, I want you guys to understand you're nothing more than a hater. Pointing out facts, comparing one character to the next in different companies, doing that, pointing that out, makes you a hater. Pointing out that she hasn't had one good solid fucking promo, and if anything, has been a complete pure cringe lord on the microphone, pointing that out makes you a hater. The fact that she hasn't had, in my opinion, any match that even remotely compares to what she's done in WWE or even New Japan Pro Wrestling, if you leave it up to the marks, on AEW, it almost seems like Tony Khan was sold on the character in regards to the aesthetics as far as being a boss, without taking into credit that she has nothing to show for it, and it's almost all a facade. It's like her gimmick worked Tony Khan to legitimately make her the gimmick. You get what I'm trying to say? I always find this funny, and I'll end it on this. I always found it funny how you have Mercedes Moné's gimmick, which is this boss bitch. She got the jewelry, she's walking with style, the limousines, the champagne, all this stuff, right? That's her whole gimmick that she sold to Tony Khan. And in order to establish that gimmick, Tony actually thought it made sense to make her the highest paid woman in professional wrestling today. Which he did. He gave her $3 million a year. Now she has a multi-year contract, and I'm not sure how long that contract is, but she made $3 million so far since being with the company. Now let me ask you guys a question. The body of work she did in WWE, from my understanding, when we went down the contracts and stuff like that, guaranteed wise, I think she was making around $750,000 guaranteed. From my understanding, that's how much she was making guaranteed. $750,000, around that mark. And she did all that stuff. All of everything. She did all of that stuff, and that was worth $750,000 base salary. We're not talking about royalties or bonuses and stuff like that, or like merchandise, which is royalties, but still. No, but she comes to AEW and makes pretty much almost 5 times that amount without doing literally nothing in comparison to what she did in WWE, yet she's being paid for it. Now, by the way, I'm not saying anything bad about Mercedes. Anytime we talk about these subjects, always remember, I'm on the side of the wrestlers. Get that fucking bag. Get the fucking bag from this mark. But it almost comes off like a very similar situation to the late Brian Pillman, right? How he got out of his contract with Eric Bischoff by pretending he's crazy. He's crazy. Okay, we need to have this match with Kevin Sullivan, and I'm fired. I quit Booker Man, like all that shit, right? You win Booker Man. But in order to establish me being batshit crazy, I need you to sign a legitimate document saying that I'm fired from the company. Oh, thank you. I'd like to take this and go to another company to prove them that I'm actually fired because you're a dumb fucking mark. It seems like something similar to that happened with Mercedes Mone selling Tony the gimmick that she's a boss bitch, and in order to establish her boss bitch gimmick, you got to give me $3 million a year. And again, she's there multiple years, meaning she's probably gonna end up going in the double digits, fucking with Tony Khan. And for what? Anybody looking around to show for what? I'm not giving my opinion just because I don't like something. I'm giving my opinion based off of the numbers and what I'm seeing on my television. Am I wrong to do that? Or should I just blindly bow down to the altar of Mercedes? I'll leave that up to the stands in the comment section. But with that being said, I'm gonna let you guys have this conversation down in the comment section. It's been 1 year since Mercedes Mone showed up in AEW, and not a goddamn thing has changed. Not a motherfucking goddamn snippity whippity hippity hippity thing. But maybe I'm not seeing it. Maybe I'm not seeing the thing that you guys are seeing. Maybe I'm not seeing the thing the stands are seeing. So you guys are going to be my eyes, my ears. Remember, you have 5 senses and I have 6 because I have more sense than you. But please, be my eyes and ears and check my work. Check my work, go over what I just said. And come back and we'll have a conversation. Or you can just go down in the comment section and just blindly call me a hater. That typically works too. I see that a lot in the comment section. That works for you. You get let your soul bleed. But with that being said, as always, my name is Devontae, aka Millennial Smart, and I'll be catching you guys later on the holiday known as Mercedes Mone Day. So a deuces and a P motherfucking ice.